10 years ago, gates were opened all over the world, from which monsters began to appear, and people became awakened. They became hunters of those monsters from the gates. A huge crystal flew into the face of a boy named Kang Ji-hyun. Falling to the floor, he was in agony. In fact, he is an awakened C rank, but still endures bullying from his classmates. The ability that he got is called an exoskeleton. He can cover his entire body with it, but the problem is that this is accompanied by just hellish pain. But even worse is the fact that the exoskeleton disappears over time, leaving disgusting scars on Ji-hyun's body. Fucking bastards attack the boy every day and laugh to their heart's content. And the police or the teacher can do nothing or object to the awakened C rank who receives special treatment from the government. Ji-hyun continues to endure bullying for the sake of his mother, who works several jobs to provide for her son. Ji-hyun's father died when he was 5 years old, so he is obliged to finish school and become a full-fledged hunter in order to financially support his mother. Although his income will be small, they will at least be able to move to a larger apartment. After some time, Ji-hyun looks at his mother in horror. The woman, with an empty look, bandaged, lay connected to a life support machine. She was no longer human. It was a simple shell that was devoid of consciousness. The agent who stood behind the boy said that it was an accident. Those same 3 bastards from Ji-hyun's school entered the cafe where his mother worked. The main asshole immediately began to show off his abilities in front of the girl. Saying that she had a lot of work, she walked away, but accidentally touched the phone, fell from the table, and broke. She quickly picked it up, and the next second, many diamond needles pierced the girl. According to the agent, the abilities of the young C-rank hunter got out of control. Having found out who exactly did this, Ji-hyun realized that it was not an accident. From despair and bitterness, he fell into madness and began to tear his skin, cursing these assholes. After some time, 2 teenagers are sitting near the gate waiting for their friend to return. They were discussing the incident with the girl in the cafe. One was clearly worried that the girl could die, but the white-haired one reassured his sucker that they were awakened, and this was not the first time he had beaten someone to the point of being a vegetable. At this point, the guy we already knew appeared in the clearing near the gate. He walked towards them, repeating the same phrase, "Why did you do this?" The pain and resentment that was inside burst out with the words, "Why did you do this to my mother?" Having recognized his punching toy, the white-haired bastard smiled. He said that he did not know that the hot girl was his mother, because she looked very young. The next moment, a diamond spear pierced the boy's body. The white-haired one said that he almost managed to pick up this beauty. The words he heard gave Ji-hyun strength. He took the spear with his hand and pulled it out of his chest. An exoskeleton was already visible at the site of the wound, causing incredible pain to the owner of the ability. The clearly impressed leader of the hooligans created another 24 diamond mines in the air, after which he plunged them into Ji-hyun's body. "Who do you think you are? You're just dirt and a loser," said the white-haired man. These words fueled Ji-hyun's rage. All cut up and pierced by spears, suffering from unbearable pain, he slowly approached the offender. "Asshole," turned to his friend, offering him to show his lightning. He did not have to persuade him for long. A huge pillar of electricity hit the already wounded guy. The clothes were burned from such a discharge of electricity, exposing the wounded body of the boy. Motherfuckers looked down on Ji-hyun. When they decided that he was finished, they began to leave. Wounded and beaten, Ji-hyun was not going to give up, so he grabbed the blonde by the leg, asking where they were going. Snow White got very angry. He hit the annoying fly on the head with his diamond fist with all his might. He dealt blow after blow, calling Ji-hyun shit. Inserting his fist into his classmate's mouth, he began to slowly press it in, breaking his jaw and teeth. I'm sure Snow White is a real sadist. While he was enjoying mocking Ji-hyun, the gate turned red. The idiot friends noticed that they needed to inform the government that a bloody gate had appeared. But the white-haired freak had something in mind. He told his girlfriends that he was going to send this piece of shit there. After which, he activated his ability. A huge diamond lump appeared from the ground, piercing Ji-hyun's body, sending him into the bloody gate. Anger, rage, and despair were on Ji-hyun's face as he flew. He screamed that he would kill everyone, he would destroy them, grind them into dust. This only amused the white-haired asshole. "Try if you can," he said before the gate completely closed. After flying a few meters, the guy's body hit the ground, breaking at least several bones. The blood gate is a phenomenon in which the gate turns red and crimson. Monsters do not come out of these gates, so nothing more is known about them. The reason is that no one who entered there got out alive. Many different monsters surrounded the body of the broken Jihyun. Blows, cuts, ragged bites. They devoured him like a pack of hungry hyenas, continuing to do this even after only a skeleton remained of him. Recently, a new study was made due to the unknown mana in the blood gate. People who got there began their transformation. You ask into whom? They turned into monsters, into the fiend of the Bloodgate. Jihyun's metamorphosis has already begun. Thanks to his ability, he quickly began to regenerate. He changed completely, even his consciousness. But still, two things could not allow him to lose his mind. These are memories of the abuse of those freaks who beat his mother to a vegetable state. Vile faces did not allow Jihyun to forget who he was, even for a second. His agony lasted like an eternity, suffering from hellish pain and devouring memories. His anger knew no bounds, and seeing the face of that bastard before his eyes, he slammed his turned hand into the ground with all his might. Even the monsters were shocked by this. They turned to him again to devour the unfinished dinner. But the turned Jihyun clearly had other plans for this. A crowd of ugly monsters rushed towards him, but were immediately cut into pieces. Now they were locked in the gate with him, not him. Rage and revenge kept him conscious. 5 years later, we are shown a live broadcast where the host asks questions to the already familiar pieces of shit, who during this time have managed to become high-class hunters. The host did not miss the opportunity to shit on Snow White with a tricky question, asking about the incident that happened 5 years ago. The white-haired guy obviously went to theater classes because he immediately squeezed out a few tears. Admitting that it happened by accident with the mother of his close friend, he apologized to him, but he disappeared somewhere. At that very moment, the broken door was already flying at the head of the white-haired bastard. Using his ability, he kicked the door away, clearly annoyed that the interview was interrupted. People saw the monster and immediately began to run in different directions. Each of his steps made cracks in the floor. Seeing 3 guys, the monster made a lightning jump, reducing the distance so quickly that his fist crashed into Snow White's face with great force, causing him to fly several meters away. Minute, hour, day, all the monster did was cut the monsters in its path, seeing the exit ahead. The body flew between 2 Snow White suckers, clearly surprising those. In front of them stood a real Terminator, whose body was covered with a bone exoskeleton like armor like Tony Stark's. A memory flashed through the head of this monster, after which he said, "I got out, bastards."